Hi, first graders. Today is day number 37. This is Mrs. Harriman. I'm going to walk you through our activities for today. This is what day 37 looks like in your packet. For math today, the solve and share is, can you find objects in your home or outside shaped like the 3D shapes below? Cube, rectangular prism, cylinder, cone, and sphere. Find as many as you can and record the name and number of each shape you find in your journal. Circle the shape you found the most. So you will walk around your house, see if you can find these shapes in different items in your house or outside. And one suggestion to organize your thinking is to make a tree map, 3D shapes in my home. You can list these 5 3D shapes and the items you find just below it. Friends, some 3D shapes have faces, vertices, and edges. Ms. Harriman, what are you talking about? Well, here are the definitions of each word. The faces are the flat surfaces. So this object here is called a rectangular prism. So this square you see on this surface here, this is a face of the rectangular prism. And if you look around the shape, this shape has many faces because there are many flat surfaces on the rectangular prism. Wherever there are two faces that meet, we call that an edge. So for example, this purple face and the top face, they meet along this edge right here. So this line here would be the edge of our 3D shape. A vertex is another word for corner. So here in this corner, this is a vertex, this is a vertex, this is a vertex, and this is a vertex. Likewise, on the bottom, we have 4 more. And when we talk about more than one vertex, we say vertices. So this is one vertex, but it has many vertices. Now, in your journal, write the name of a 3D shape that does not have faces, corners, or edges. Then you will complete the exit ticket for day 37 on page 10. Please pause the video and find your packet now. I can read each one out loud for you. Once you have your packet, let's look at this part under day 37. Your job is to write yes or no in each box. First, look at the rectangular prism. Does it have faces or flat sides? Yes or no? Does it have corners? Yes or no? Does it have edges? Yes or no? As a challenge, friends, see if you can count how many faces, corners, or edges there are and write it in the box if your answer is yes. Then you will do the same for the cone, the sphere, and the cube. As an optional activity, you may go and log into Dreambox or Edgenuity and keep working for 15 minutes. For reading, you can click on the link below for day number 37 reading lesson. This link is not only in the description, but it is also in the Daily Dojo message sent by your teacher. You will read or listen to the texts, Helpful Birds and Birds as Human Helpers. Once you read both of these, friends, think and talk about how the two texts are similar. That means, how are these two texts the same? Then use a green crayon to underline details that are the same in both texts. So if read this text and then this one. If you see something that is the same by this author and also said by this author, go ahead and underline those in green crayon. We are not underlining the whole text, friends, because these texts also have different information in them. We're only looking for the information or details that are the same in both texts. Once you underline those, friends, turn to page 18 in your packet and write to tell about how the two texts are the same. For day number 37, here's your question. How are these texts the same? How are these texts the same? Helpful birds and birds as human helpers. Write about the similarities. You may pause the video here to write down your sentence starter. Both texts are the same because, tell us about it. What did you see that were the same? Go check and see where you underlined in green crayon. For word work, the video is linked below for day number 37. Today is the decodable text day. The decodable text is called A Little Seed. You will read the text 3 times. Focus on reading smoothly with expression and at just the right speed. You may even use silly voices. Please send that to your teacher, friends. We would love to hear it. Highlight the high frequency words in the text. Under, little, every, really, one, anymore. Also, highlight the words with the spelling patterns for the week. EE says E, OO says oo, and the Y in this cycle says E. For social studies, friends, our topic is prioritizing choices. We make choices every day. Goods and services cost money, which is in limited supply. Our financial resources, or the money we have, are smaller than our wants. Here is your activity. Make a list of 5 needs and 5 wants that you have. Be specific. Don't just say food, but cereal for breakfast. Don't just say toy, but Baby Yoda talking plush. Once your 2 lists are complete, use them to make a new list, keeping in mind that we have a fixed amount of money, or only a set amount of money, to spend on what we need and want. This time, put your 10 items in order from the most important to the least important. Share your new list with an adult and discuss how you prioritized your choices. Ask this adult for an example of how he or she decides what to spend money on first. Here is an example, friends. The first thing you want to do to organize your thinking, you may create a tree map of my needs and wants. On one side, write down needs. What things do you need? Write down 5 things you need. Then on the other branch, wants. What are 5 things you want? Maybe it's something you want, but you don't really need it. Then you will stop and think, out of these 10 things, what is the most important thing to me? And you will label that with a number 1. For example, if what you wrote here is the most important to you, then write a 1 next to it. Then see what's the next most important thing and write a 2 next to it. And look at what's left. What's the next most important thing to you? And write a 3. And you want to keep on doing that, friends, until you have ranked all of your items in order from 1 to 10. Once you have decided the most important thing, which is 1, all the way down to the least important thing, or number 10. Now you are going to create your top 10 list of needs and wants. So you're writing the numbers 1 through 10 here, and you're going to look at which item you ranked as number 1. Whatever you wrote next to your number 1, you're going to write it here in your top 10 list, all from 1 all the way down to 10. We cannot wait to see your top 10 list of needs and wants. There is also an enrichment video if you click on the link below in the description. For specials, friends, here are your choices. You may pause the video here and choose 1 or 2. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you in Zoom soon. Bye, friends.